Welcome to the Self-Growth Nerds podcast. I'm your host, Marie, a courage coach, creative soul, and adventure seeker. Since through hiking the Pacific Crest Trail in 2019, I'm on a mission to help you embrace your most confident self so you can achieve your dreams too. If you're eager for deep conversations, big questions, and meaningful connections, join me on the quest to discovering how we can create a more magical and memorable life. Hello nerds, how are you? I'm really good. Today I want to talk about judging others. We all do it, and it can be so good, right? When you sit with someone and talk about how this other person or this other group of people don't get it, they're not doing it right, they don't understand. And it gives you a sense of righteousness, of connecting with the other person who understands you and agrees with you. And it's a way to spend your energy that can be energizing in some weird way. And we know it's not ideal. We know we shouldn't judge. We know we shouldn't talk about people behind their back. We know this. We've been told growing up, but sometimes it's almost stronger than ourselves. We just want our fix. We just want to do it so much. Brings us a sense of satisfaction, like, have you ever been in a situation where you want to say something negative about someone and you tell yourself, don't say it, and here it comes out of your mouth, too late. And it's kind of like after your brain can relax. I've said it, okay, I don't need to hold anything. I've said it, it's out. Or there are times where once you start, you just can't stop. Like, let's say you had a disagreement with someone and then this person is gone, but you're still arguing with them in your mind or with your colleagues or with your friends. It's like a bone. You're a dog and you have this bone that you're holding really tight in your mouth, and it's almost impossible to let it go. Now, let's just get curious here, okay? I don't want you to judge yourself about judging others. That's counterproductive. It doesn't help. We just want to get curious about ourselves, like we're in a science lab and thinking like, oh, look at me doing this interesting thing. Why do I do that? I wonder. And the first path of curiosity I'm going to send us on is thinking about how judging others is just a way to fulfill one of your needs. Either a need to feel seen, to feel understood, to feel significant, to feel loved, to feel like you matter. And I'm going to give you a few examples, okay? If you're judging people in your industry, thinking about how they're doing things wrong and there are better ways to do this, it might be a way to fulfill your need for significance because you have ideas in your mind, really brilliant ideas that you haven't given the light to. And judging other people's quote-unquote bad ideas is a way to show that you know better, that your thoughts have value, okay? And this fulfills your need for significance one way, where you could be fulfilling it in a different way. Because your need is 100% valid. We just want to make sure that the way you fulfill it serves the person that you want to be. So what you could do instead of spending energy judging people in your industry or people at your workplace, for example, you could ask yourself, what do I want to create? How can I make an impact? Okay, so you're taking the power back into your own hands instead of wishing that others did things a certain way. You cannot change others. You cannot. You can only change you and where you put your energy into. Now, let's look at another example. Let's say you're having a conversation with someone and they're not reacting in the way you wish they did. You are wanting them, you're telling them about a bad day that you had, and you just want them to commiserate with you and say, yes, you're right, this sounded really hard, and instead they're trying to give you solutions, or they're telling you to just be positive, and you're judging them. You're thinking that they don't get you. They shouldn't be reacting this way. This is the wrong way to react. And this judgment here might just be a way to fulfill your need to be understood. Because if I tell you, like, oh yeah, you're right, they didn't react how they should have done, then you feel seen. But maybe there's a way to fulfill this need to be understood that's going to serve you more. So in a situation where you feel misunderstood by someone else, ask yourself, how can I understand myself better here? What do I need right now? If I need someone to commiserate with, to be empathetic, maybe I need to tell them that ahead of time, or maybe I need to go see a different friend. As you know, we all have friends who we go to when we know, like, this person is going to have exactly the reaction that I need to receive right now. And understanding yourself and what you need in every moment allows you to better curate who you go to for what kind of reaction. For example, when I want to show my work, I know I know which friend I'm gonna go to when I want to show my work and I feel insecure. One of my friend just thinks everything I do is amazing. She just goes, wow, that's amazing, whatever I do. So I know that if that's what I need to go to her, not to my partner who is more analytical. Or if I'm going to go to my partner, then I need to tell them, here's what I need from you right now, instead of expecting them to read my mind. Like the author Elizabeth Gilbert, I think that's her. She said when she writes the first draft of a book, she just needs, and she feels super insecure and full of doubts. She brings it to her partner and tells them ahead of time, like, please read this and give me only compliments. Okay? Because she understands what she needs. So instead of judging others for not understanding you properly, ask yourself, how can I understand myself better? What do I need right now? Again, this puts the power back into your own hands. And I'm going to give you one last example. Let's say you're watching someone's stories or reels on Instagram and you judge them. You think they're being loud and annoying and obnoxious, when the reality is that you'd want to be able to do something similar, because maybe you have a business, maybe you're trying to sell your services or your products and you feel really shy and anxious around marketing. And judging them in a situation like this might be a way maybe to fulfill your need for safety. You're just afraid of putting yourself out there, and putting down those who do put themselves out there makes you feel like you're right. You're right not to put yourself out there because it's dangerous. It's dangerous. You might look stupid. You might be judged as loud. And so it reassures you in not doing what you kind of wish you were doing. In that case, if the judgment is a way to fulfill your need for safety, you can fulfill that need in a different way. For example, you could ask yourself, what permission do I want to give myself? What's the permission that they're giving themselves that I kind of envy them for and that I could also give myself? For example, maybe they're giving themselves the permission to be imperfect. They're giving themselves the permission to be disliked, the permission to fail. And not only that, they're giving themselves these permissions to be imperfect, to be disliked, to fail, without making that mean anything awful about themselves. They're saying, you know what, go ahead. You're allowed to fail. You're allowed to look stupid. You're allowed to get it wrong, and that's okay. We're still going to love you. We're going to have your back. Let's say you're stuck in a job that you don't really like, and there's a cousin in your family who's they're hopping from one job to the other or starting one business after the other, and you tend to kind of judge them, think, oh, they're reckless, like they have no stability. Whatever it is that you tell yourself, maybe the permission here that you need to give yourself is the permission to leave and to go explore something else. The permission to ruffle some feathers. Let's say you want to leave your job, but you know that your family might not be ecstatic about the idea. Giving yourself the permission to ruffle some feathers and to get it wrong and to have your own back. So basically the idea is that whenever you notice yourself judging other people, it's an incredible opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity to take a moment with yourself and ask yourself, what do I need? What am I not giving myself right now? That's the best use of your energy. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. Channel that judgmental energy towards yourself. Because let me remind you that people who are content with their lives, who are fulfilled, whose days are full of joy and safety, they don't feel the need to judge. They don't. So let's work on that. When you're ready to create a life that you love so much that you don't need to judge other people, then get in touch with me and we'll talk about how I can help you create that life. And if you want more information about my 6-month coaching program called Brave and Bold, just go to selfgrowthnerds.com/brave and bold and fill in the application. Once you fill in the application, I can send you more information and you get to make a decision if this work is what you need right now. Okay. I hope this episode was insightful for you, and I will talk to you next week. Bye-bye. You just listened to the Self-Growth Nerds podcast. Make sure to subscribe and to find me on Instagram at Self-Growth Nerds. If you want individual help developing the confidence to create a more meaningful and exciting life, visit selfgrowthnerds.com today to learn how. Finally, I want to thank my friend Etienne Galano for editing this, and I want to thank you, kind-hearted souls, for growing into your truest, most courageous selves every day and making this world a better, more beautiful place. My name is Marie, and I will talk to you next week.